Hey guys, welcome back. This is 20.3 and we have our first repeat of the year. We have a repeat of 18.4. 20.3 is 21-15-9 deadlift handstand push-up, or other words known as Diane. Hello to Lily, she'll be coming in and out of the screen periodically. All right, so deadlift at 225, handstand push-up. We're gonna talk about that standard. It's very, very important. For our masters, 55 and over, it's 185, 125 with a push press in the first part. Then if you finish this in the 9-minute cap, 9-minute cap, you're gonna go 21-15-9, deadlifts at 315, 205, and a 50-foot handstand walk in between. For our masters athletes, 55 plus, it's a 255, 165 deadlift, and 10 handstand push-ups in between. All right, so for the official WOD Prep 20.3 warm-up, we're gonna open up with our normal 3-minute bike. I don't want you to row, I don't want you to run, I want the hamstrings to be fresh. So we're just gonna bike slow, get the heart rate up. Then we're gonna go into 2 rounds of 15 banded good mornings and 10 push-ups. Banded good mornings, thinking just loading the hips, pushing back, keeping the shin straight, coming back up. Squeezing the glutes, pulling the belly down. Next, we're going into 2 rounds of 10 barbell RDLs and 6 dumbbell strict press. Focusing on the RDL, what we're trying to accomplish here is just getting the hamstrings to load from the top down. We're not trying to get to the ground. So back is nice and tight. Pushing the hips back again, keeping the shin straight. Coming back up just below the knees. Working down just a little bit, we don't have to go all the way to the ground. During this dumbbell strict press, we're trying to mimic our push press position and our handstand. So we're trying to think of this tripod, right? So we're not flared out, elbows are semi in front, 45 degrees. Finishing, blocked out, coming down, finishing. Trying to mimic the handstand push-up or the push press with the barbell position. All right, after we've had our general warm-up, we're gonna go and we're gonna finish warming up our deadlift. We're just gonna build weight in sets of 3, working up to whatever weight you're comfortable. I suggest working up to the second weight if you feel you're gonna get there. If not, then just warming up to the first bar weight is totally fine. So for our deadlift, we're just gonna build in sets of 3, whatever you're comfortable with. I would choose to build to your second set, like I said before, or your second working weight. If you don't think you're gonna get there, don't worry about it, just build to the first working weight. Okay, don't do too many reps. Back is flat, shins are a little more vertical than if we were in a clean. Okay, hips are a little bit higher, head is neutral with the torso. Stand. Okay, we're gonna talk about the touch and go. So same position, we're just using a little bit of the momentum to kind of hit the ground and come back up. We're not bouncing it into the ground, but we're using it to generate some force to break the ground. Masters athletes, we're gonna warm up the push press next. Just a couple sets of 6, working up to your first working weight or your working weight in general, which is 95, 65. Make sure that you can cycle the weight. We're gonna go over that and what that looks like now. So for our push press again, nice front rack position. Elbows are under the bar, slightly in front. Dip with the knees, drive, come back down. We're gonna do a set of 6, working on cycling as we build to our working weight. Cycling is we're gonna receive in the dip, push back up in one fluid motion. All right guys, now we're warmed up, we're getting our deadlifts warm, our pressing is getting good. Now we're gonna focus on our handstand push-up. This is the most important part of this workout. We're gonna talk about the standard, we're gonna talk about some technique and kipping, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna go some positional holds, 10-second holds, into a negative, into a 10-second headstand hold, and then 2 rounds of 3 to 6 kipping handstand push-ups. We're gonna talk about that technique, what that looks like, and how we're gonna be able to meet that standard. Before we get into our standards, we're just gonna work on some positional, what we should look like when we're overhead, what we should look like on the ground. Okay, so we're gonna do a handstand hold into a negative headstand, okay, into a headstand hold. So, hands are straight, close to the wall, maybe 6 to 9 inches away. Pick up, you must wear shoes, and we're practicing pulling the toes down. So we're here, lowering to the ground, into the tripod position. All right, you can see my hands are straight, my head is closer to the wall. We can rest our butt on the wall, or we can go to the headstand balance, feet slightly further away from the wall than our torso. Guys, we're talking about the standard. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about how we're gonna measure. So pretend I'm standing, okay? We're all the way up against the wall, right? We're measuring our head all the way to here, okay? So to the crown, nice and tall. Take that point, mark it. Then we're gonna measure from the wall to our forearm, whatever that length is, cut it in half. And we're gonna add it to the top of what our measurement of the head was, okay? Then you're gonna put the tape. The top line of the tape is gonna go at the top of where that measurement was. Don't put the bottom of the tape there, okay? So you wanna try and get over the tape. Now, with that, this standard is very tough, okay? It's very counterintuitive to think of pulling your toes down as you're kicking up, but that's what we have to do because the heel has to get over the line, okay? So, if you're a wide handstand push-upper, you will not likely make the standard, okay? So we're gonna talk about what we're gonna look like when we're above the line. So nothing can touch the wall except our heels above the line when we're locked out for the rep to count. So for us to start, we have to lock out, start above the line, and this is our start and ending point. Okay, you can see I'm nice and straight, I'm not broken. This is the position we'll end up in when we get tired. So we have to fight, pushing through to stay straight. When we start to lower into the tripod, butt hits the wall, knees are gonna come down like a squat, and we're gonna shoot straight back up, not out, not around, and not to the wall. We're gonna time it to where our elbows lock out and our feet hit the wall at the same time. My toes are down, and I'm straight as can be. Come back down. So, with that, practice, work the standard, tape it, get someone to watch you to make sure that you're reaching those points. Okay, knees are coming straight down and shooting straight up, timing the elbow lockout with the feet hitting the wall. If you hit the wall early, it's gonna knock you down, okay? So it's gonna end up being like a strict press, and we don't want that. Okay, so time the feet, make sure your reps count, make sure you're reaching your standard, okay? Check your elbows, check your torso, kind of shoulder relationship with the chest, and check your hips, okay, if you feel like you're not meeting a standard. All right, and lastly, we're gonna talk about this handstand walk. For those of you that are gonna get there, kudos to you. You are an awesome, awesome human. And even those who don't get there, you're still awesome. Just these guys are animals, right? So, those of you that are gonna make it there, we don't have a lot of technique to go over, but we're just gonna warm it up just a little bit, 2 by 10-second freestanding holds, and then 2 minutes of basic walking practice, right? If you feel like you can get there, then you know, want to make sure that you're already able to walk at that point. Guys, so we're just going to work on some freestanding for those of you that are going to make this handstand walk. We're not going to really try and practice this perfect handstand position, but we're just trying to think of keeping the core of the feet above in a straight line. So work some freestanding and then 2 minutes of practice, okay? But here's what it should sort of look like. Walking forward, not backward, trying to balance. Just get some proprioceptive awareness when you're upside down. All right, and last, we're just gonna go through 2 rounds of 5 deadlifts and 5 handstand push-ups. Rest 30 seconds between each round. Hit it again, and then you'll be ready to go. Give yourself 3 to 4 minutes of recovery. Make sure you're fresh, and get after it. Good luck.